Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank the ranking member as well. Thank you, Mr. Gerding, for your willingness to come before the committee and help us with our work. Director, I just want to go over this a little bit. So this information that you're requesting would aid investors and actually the shareholders, the owners of these corporations, to make better decisions with respect to the operation of these companies. Isn't that correct?
Congressman, that's our overall mission, and consistent with our statutory authority of investor protection and promoting capital formation, our rules are about providing investors with information that they need to make investment and voting decisions, including decisions to value the securities that they own or the securities that they may wish to purchase.
So this is, in many ways, this is about managing risk, specifically to the climate change disclosure rule.
That's correct. And Congressman, the disclosures of risk and required disclosures of risk are something that the Commission has required for decades. This is nothing new. Going back decades into the 1960s, the Commission has required disclosures from companies of risks that they face and that could affect the value of the securities that investors own or may wish to purchase.
Exactly. So I come from the construction industry. I was an iron worker for over 20 years before I came to Congress. Also, my degree is in construction management. And I have seen tremendous change in the construction industry. My district includes the South Boston waterfront in my district, and we're building high-rises all along that waterfront. And I've noticed that companies in constructing their high-rise office towers and residential towers are using a whole set of measures and materials that will mitigate the risks that they have from climate change and sea level rise. I have several buildings that have been built in the last 10 years that actually have self-contained water supplies that allow them to release wastewater into the sewage system, where they lower their tax rate, their sewer tax rate. I have a company that just built a large residential tower that the first floor, they're right on the water, they're right on the coast. Their first floor has retractable wave barriers. So they have it comes up out of the ground and blocks the ocean from coming in. And if that is not enough, they have designed the entire first floor of their office tower so that they can just drop the water barriers, remove the furniture, and let the water just rush through the building with no damage. And then when the storm is over and the water recedes, they go back into business. So they've done all these measures, and obviously they've got solar energy capacity there. They've done all these measures to induce people to invest in those companies and in those buildings. And doesn't the information that you're requiring help people make those decisions so they can choose companies that are taking a proactive approach to protecting from that level of risk?
Congressman, the proposed climate risk disclosure rule would give investors information about physical and transition risks in order for them to make investment and voting decisions. I would note that many companies, as we note in the release, are already making climate risk disclosures. The key to the proposal, though, is that those disclosures should be consistent, comparable, and decision useful. If companies believe that they are not subject to physical or transition risks, they can disclose that, and investors can make decisions investment and voting decisions accordingly.
Thank you. It keeps people honest. Madam Chair, I yield back. Thank you for your courtesy.